You thought you knew your dog, you've fed them every day, slept next to them, built your mornings around them. You didn't just own a dog, you trusted one, completely. And somewhere in the back of your mind lived this quiet certainty. Whatever else in life might hurt you, this one never would. And then they bit you. Most people's first instinct is betrayal. The mind reaches immediately for the simplest, most emotionally satisfying explanation: aggression. A bad dog. Maybe something that was always broken underneath. It feels logical, it feels obvious, and it is almost never correct. In the overwhelming majority of bite cases, the dog wasn't being aggressive. They weren't unpredictable. They weren't dangerous. They were communicating. And the most uncomfortable part of that sentence is the second half. You missed it. Not because you don't love your dog, but because there is a language being spoken in your home every single day, precise, layered, and psychologically complex, and almost no one has ever taught you to read a single word of it. There is no such thing as a bite that came out of nowhere. Before every bite, without exception, there is a conversation, days of it, sometimes weeks, a slow blink at the wrong moment, a yawn that had nothing to do with tiredness, ears pressed slightly further back than usual, a tail moving, but stiffly, mechanically, nothing like the loose full body wag you thought you knew, a small lean away when you reached for them, gone in half a second, easy to miss, impossible for them to take back. Your dog wasn't hiding their distress. They were broadcasting it in the only language available to them. And in most households, that language goes completely unread. Not out of cruelty, but out of ignorance. No one ever bothered to correct. A significant number of bites, especially from dogs with no prior history of aggression, are not emotional. They are physical. Arthritis quietly destroying joints for months, while the dog still walked, still still performed normalcy the way animals are biologically wired to do. An ear infection so deep and untreated that every touch near their head detonated like a small explosion of pain, and then you reached for them, the way you always do, with love, with complete innocence, with zero understanding of what that simple gesture cost them. The bite wasn't anger, it wasn't aggression, it was a scream, the only kind they are capable of making. And the part that stays with people long after they learn this, it was almost certainly not the first time they tried to tell you. Think about when they were a puppy, small enough to hold in one hand. You played rough with them because those tiny teeth couldn't hurt anyone, because the growling was adorable, because the whole thing felt harmless and fun. You were teaching them something, not intentionally, not maliciously, but the dog's brain does not distinguish between deliberate lessons and accidental ones. It simply records what was allowed, and at some point, maybe once, maybe dozens of times, your dog growled at you, and you told them no, or you pushed through it, or you simply ignored it. Here is what that did. Deep in their behavioral wiring, it taught them that growling doesn't work. Growling is a warning system, the built-in biological signal designed to sit between discomfort and action. When that signal gets punished or ignored, dogs do not become less aggressive, they become silently aggressive. They stop warning you. They skip straight to the bite. You didn't silence a behavior, you removed a safety valve. The most common type of bite is not an aggression bite, it is a fear bite. It comes from an animal that felt cornered, not physically necessarily, but psychologically, emotionally, in every way that matters to a nervous system running out of options. After the bite, what did your dog do? Did they stay? Still in the room, still oriented toward you, because that matters more than anything else in this story. A dog that bites and stays is still asking for something, still waiting to be understood. That bite was not a betrayal. It was the last sentence of a conversation your dog had been trying to have with you for a very long time, delivered with a patience and loyalty so deep that even at the moment of peak fear, they chose to stay in the room with you. That's not aggression, that's devotion with nowhere left to go. So tonight, when they walk into the room, observe 3 things without intervening, just watching. Their ears, not position alone, but how they shift the moment you move toward them, the base of their tail, because a tail wagging from a stiff, rigid base is not happiness, it is conflict. And what they do with space. Do they come to you freely, or do they hold a slight deliberate distance and wait to see what you do first? You came into this thinking your dog bit you. You're leaving it knowing your dog was talking to you. And you finally, for the first time, listened.